Welcome back, John. Championship correspondent Pascal Lemire to preview the Boxing Day match between Brentford and Ipswich Town. Pascal, start with the home side. A decent run of form at the moment. Continued that against last time out against Cardiff.
Yeah, so impressive. That's now 7 wins in 8 for them. Obviously up to third in the table and just 2 points off the top. They're just doing fantastically. And to go and win at Cardiff, who'd been on, they're really good at home under Russell Slade since he came in. And they scored 3 goals in the first half. They just completely blew Cardiff away. They almost threw it away in the end. Obviously Cardiff came back. It was 3-2 in the end, but such an impressive win to go there and just pick up the 3 points. And they sort of just seem to have different players starring each week. Alan Judge has been starring the last few weeks, and then this week it was Alex Pritchard who sort of took the lead. He was fantastic, a lovely first goal, pinpoint strike into the bottom corner, and then he set up the other 2. Jota scored again. That's now 4 games in a row that he's scored in, and Brentford, they're just absolutely flying. I think I never expected them to be down at the bottom just because of how good they've been the last 2 seasons in League One, but to see them right up there at the top of the table, and the top 3, Bournemouth, Ipswich, obviously who they play here, and Brentford, is a surprising top 3. But Brentford fully deserves to be there. They have been fantastic, and they'll be glad to be back at home as well, because their home form has been excellent, and the only team with better home form than Brentford is Ipswich, who they play here.
Moving on to Ipswich, like you say, still going very strong. Last time against Middlesbrough, a really good win.
It was very, very impressive. These 2 sides, they're probably the 2 most informed teams in the league at the moment, with Bournemouth, who are up there at the top as well. But Ipswich, I think that was a worrying game for them against Middlesbrough, because the week before Middlesbrough had played Derby, who were then league leaders, and really sort of outplayed them. At the Riverside, it was a really good performance from them. They beat Derby 2-0, but Ipswich completely shut them down. Obviously, a lot of people talking about Patrick Bamford, his form. He'd scored in 4 in a row, 6 of his last 7 going to Portman Road. He barely had a sniff there, and they just outclassed Middlesbrough. And a lot of opposition fans this season, when they watch Ipswich, they say that Mick McCarthy's team, it's just long balls all the time. But the 2 goals against Middlesbrough, both of the highest quality. I mean, Teddy Bishop afterwards, Aitor Karanka said about Bishop afterwards that he was joking around with some of Middlesbrough's players, the way he was sort of passing in the middle of midfield. And I've seen today that he's been likened to Ray Wilkins, and I think it's quite sort of, you don't want the hype to be too much, because he's only 18 years old. But so many positive signs. Another goal for Daryl Murphy. He's now 14 in the league, the top scorer. And Ipswich, they are doing so well. And they've got tough games coming up here. They've got Brentford, then they host Charlton, and then they play Derby, another huge game. So they've played Middlesbrough, now Brentford, then Derby. They're 3 huge games coming up. But after that, they have, I think, 8 fixtures which are against winnable teams. And if they can get 2 more good results, then I think they'll be in a position to really stay in the top 2.
So you're backing Ipswich to get anything from this match?
Well, I think it'll be a really entertaining game. I think 2 sides top of their game at the moment. I'm really expecting a great game at Griffin Park, and I'm going to back a 2-2 draw.
Sure. Sports, I'm going for a 2-2 draw.